I was cleaning my garage out, found a box of science fiction magazines. So thought I would just run them on here, see if there was any interest. They were littered on a shelf, no telling how long they'd been there. They all appear at first look to be from the 70s and 80s. Hey Dave, what's up? Thought I would sell them in lots of three and start them at $5. I've got the shipping set up where I think you'll pay shipping for the first lot, but then after that, it's going to be free shipping because I've capped it at 835. And these are in the 12 to 15 ounce range. In fact, let me make sure I set these up right. I think I did, but let me just double check real quick. Make sure I put the weight in right. Yep. So tell you what, we'll go ahead and get started. I don't know, does anybody in here like science fiction magazines? I don't know a lot about them, but as I mentioned, it's a mix of ones from the 70s and 80s. Some of them do have address labels on the front. It appears to be mostly the ones from the 80s, so I'll mix them up and just kind of randomly pick three, and we'll see if there's any interest. So let's see. The covers on a lot of these are really cool, though. So let me see what we got here. So for the first three, we have one from August of 1976. And these are all, I think they're all amazing fantasy and science fiction. I think they're an Isaac Asimov magazine. But there's the cover of that one, and they have the address label on the back. These all went to John Smith, so a very nondescript name. So you got that one. I don't know if they have any illustrations inside or not. Looks like they do have one ad in the middle. Look like most of them were cigarette ads, which is typical of ones in the 70s and 80s. Hey, not my sister. Hey, Parker Prayer, Delk 5377. Hey, Perry. Thanks for stopping by. So it looks like it's stories on the inside, and the only illustration might be the cover. So you have this one from August 1976 with the astronaut walking on the moon, it looks like. And then you have this one. So as I mentioned, the ones from the 80s, they chose to put the address label on the front. Not sure why a magazine would do that. Then on the back of this one, it looks like it's like a book club advertisement. And there is a little bit of illustrations going on here. Hope everybody's having a good Tuesday, I think it is. But yeah, different stories inside these. And then the last one of these is going to be from December 75. Let's see, that one was from July of 85. So right after I graduated high school. And then you have this one here. It's kind of like, I don't know, some god of winter maybe. In the back, there's that. And once again, a cigarette ad in the middle. So you got those three there. So I was going to start all these at $5. We'll see if there's any interest. May not be in here long. I have no idea if these things sell or not, but I thought they were cool. They don't sell here. I don't know. Not sure what I'll do with them. May take them to my local auction house, but anyway, we'll see. So let me go ahead and go in here and pin this first one here. And then let's go ahead and start it. Oh, yeah, and if you're in the Knoxville area, I did turn on the free pickup option. I think you have to go to your wallet to enable that, but that would only be if you're willing to come to Knoxville to meet me to pick these up. So, and then in that case, shipping would be free. All right, let me go ahead and get this started. Only got three people in here, so we'll see if any of you three are science fiction fans. So, and as I mentioned, the shipping setup, this first one's going to cost something. Then the second one should be very close to free, whatever the difference between what the first lot you pay and 835. Then after you get to 835, everything's going to be free from that point forward. So here we go. We're going to start this. I'm just going to put them on 15 seconds. That's plenty of time to see if anybody's interested. And here we go. So you got that cool cover there. And this is for all three of these. Then you have this one, and as I mentioned, the ones in the 80s do all have the address label on them. Then you have the spaceman here. So, all right. Hey, Cat Lady Lynn, Buzzards Pick Thrift. Thanks for stopping in. Um, just was cleaning my garage out and found this whole box of science fiction magazines from the 70s and 80s. So thought I'd see if there's any interest. If not, no big deal. And I will do something else with them. But I'm just kind of randomly picking out three, trying to pick out maybe two that don't have an address label and then one that does. So here's the next lot. This one's going to have, too bad it's got an address label on it because that one's really cool covered. You have this green Bobby looking guy here with the space shuttle. This one's from October of 1978. There. And then here's the back, advertising the t-shirt from the magazine. And this one's from January of 75. Looks like Santa Claus, so must be like the Christmas issue. It says Sanity Claus. So you have Santa Claus with some kind of, looks like a lifeless doll head there. Hey, Carmelo City. And then finally, we have this one that's some kind of ship coming down on a parachute of some sort. That one's from July of 1976. So, and there's the back of that one. So far, these have all had cigarette ads in the center. Let's see. This one is no different. I guess they figured science fiction readers are also smokers, maybe. So anyway, we'll see if there's any interest in those three. I'll run through a few of these lots, and if there's no interest, then no big deal. And everybody can get back to their Tuesday. So let's go ahead and start this one. And here we go. So I guess, I mean, I'm sure the stories in here are good. I'm not a big science fiction person, but I guess most people would buy these for the artwork if they were going to get them. All right, well, we'll go through a few more, see if we find any really cool covers, and then let's see. So let's see if I can find two with and one without an address label. So here would be the next one. This one is from March of 77. Yeah, and I looked these up, and prices are kind of all over the board. So I thought a $5 start for three of them was very fair. Whether you're a collector or reseller, you should be able to do something with them. Let's see what kind of ad we have in this one. Surprise, another cigarette ad. Let's see what kind of stories are in here. And they all have ads for like science fiction book clubs and things of that nature. They're all in pretty good shape as far as I can tell. Here's November of 75 with the greenish blobbish thing and some kind of spaceship. And there's the back of that one. And then here's one from the 80s, or actually it's late 70s, July 79. So it's another Christmas issue, it looks like. But once again, it's got the address label on the front instead of the back. Not sure why they would have switched to doing that. Then a science fiction book club on the back. And looks like they did get away from the ads maybe in these later ones, the late 70s and early 80s. I don't see the cigarette ad like we've seen in the other ones. So go ahead and start that. Maybe we'll have somebody who's a big science fiction person coming here. I'll run two or three more lots, and I am part of Paperpalooza this weekend, so make sure you check out that show. You can go to my profile and bookmark it. I think I got 18 lots so far, some really good stuff. Should be a fun time. I'm not sure. I think there's about 30 something sellers or maybe 20 something sellers in the event, run by Penguin Boss and Schmidt Auctions. So looking forward to that. It should be a really fun show. And yeah, if you like paper, make sure you come to that. So anyway, tell you what, I'll show one more lot here. It doesn't look like there's really any interest in science fiction magazines. Like I said, I had no idea if there was or not. I know I'm not particularly interested in them. So let's see. These three look pretty cool here. So this one is from November of 1973. So that's the oldest one we've seen so far. And it's got this cover. This one doesn't even have an address label on the back. So let's see if it's got, yeah, you got your usual cigarette ad in the center there. It does have like a cartoon there. Then you have that cover there. And that one does have an address label on the back. And then finally, hey, Beanies Bundle. I was cleaning my garage out, found this whole box of science fiction magazines, and didn't know if there would be any interest or not. That appears the not is the the direction this went. I don't know anything about them, so not sure what I'll do with them, but it looks like I won't be selling them on Whatnot. So yeah, I was just doing these in lots of three. They do all have pretty cool covers. It's weird how they put the address label on the front of some of them, but on others, they either don't have an address label or it's on the back. It appears to be like later 70s into the 80s when the address label is on the front. So I'm not sure why they would choose to switch that. So anyway, here were these three. It's got some kind of dinosaur looking creature on the cover there. Yeah, I mean, I think what I'll end up doing with them is taking them to an auction house we have here, and I've probably got, oh, it looks like maybe 30 or 40 of them, and I'll probably just sell them all as one big lot there. I do pretty well taking stuff there, and you know, and and it seems like now that you mention that, I might have like maybe a year. I mean, these have probably been literally been in my garage for 3 or 4 years, and I just now found them. They were back behind a bunch of stuff. I do think I had another box of these that I might have sold on Whatnot. And of course, this would have been 2 years ago, maybe. And it seems like I sold a few, but it was still slow going. So, yeah, I think my best bet's going to be to do that. But anyway, I do have, as I mentioned, Paper Palooza coming up this weekend. So, really looking forward to that. So, make sure you check out my store. I think I've got 18 items in the catalog so far, but we'll have probably at least 12 or 15 more lots to add before Saturday. So you have sold some of these and you're buy it now. Yeah, I probably won't even take the time to list these. I'll probably just lot them up and sell the whole kit and caboodle because I literally think I have zero in them. So whatever I get for them will be fine. Because yeah, even I did some comping on some other platforms, and it didn't look like they sold for a lot. There were a few issues that might have sold 10 to 15, just depending on, I guess, the subject matter. But yeah, going through and taking the time to do all that, it'll be a whole lot easier just to take them all at one time. So anyway, all right. Well, you never know till you try. Had no idea if these would be popular or not, and now I know. So I will see everybody Saturday. I think I'm on at 11 o'clock Eastern time with Paper Palooza. Yeah, and of course, I didn't know what category to put this in either. I thought about going over to the magazine category, but since I usually sell an ephemera and these are made of paper, um, oh, okay. Yeah, so what I was doing, Greeds, was just selling these in lots of three, and I was trying to pick like two out that had um, not an address label on them, and then one that did. Like it seems like once you got to the late 70s, early 80s, um, that they slapped the address label on the front for some strange reason. So anyway, let me find the one that had the cooler covers here. So yeah, so like here's one from July of 79. And this one's the Christmas issue, obviously, because it's got some Santa Claus looking character on the front. But as you see, it's got the address label right there. I don't know. You might can steam those off. And then they tend to have like some ads for science fiction book clubs on the back and in the inside, and then just a bunch of stories. Like here's one by Marta Randall. So you got that one. And then here's one that's from March of 77. There's the cover of that one. And in this case, the address label's on the back. And then finally, I like this cover quite a bit. It's got the greenish creature here with some kind of spaceship, and then it does have an address label on the back. And I set these up in the 12 to 15 ounce range. So whatever that makes, calculated shipping using Ground Advantage for up to the first pound. And then after that, once you hit 835, everything would be free. So by your second or third lot, you would have free shipping. So anyway, I'll start this if you're interested. It's only going to take 15 seconds, so we'll see. And there we go. Hey, great Steeds. Thank you. Hey, Zimmel Jess. All right. Well, I just bought myself a couple of tacos at Taco Bell there. Thank you so much. So let me put your name on this, and I'll show a few more, see if you're interested, and maybe somebody else will. I've got a lot. There's probably at least, I would say, 25 to 40 here without counting them. So if you'd like, I could run some bigger lots, do, maybe what would be equivalent. Like I could do 5 for $7, which would be a little cheaper per issue if you want me to do that. So let me set these off to the side there. Here, let me just show a couple more lots. Let me not run them all. Yeah, well, they wouldn't be hard to ship. I'll just have to weigh them. Tell you what, let me count them, see how many we have. Tell you what, let me do lots of 10 for, I'll just do lots of 10 for $10, and then that'll get us through. That's $1 a piece, so that's cheaper than what I was doing. So let me just count them out and see how much they weigh, which it doesn't really matter to you because it's going to be $8.35 is all it's going to cost. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, so let me do this. Let me give me just a second to add these to the catalog. So let me go add. It is going to make me add a photo, so let me just do this. That'll work for a photo. We'll put it there. We'll say 10 science fiction magazines. Everybody hang tight here real quick. I've just about got these added. So we set a $10 starting bid, and I'll just put a quantity of 10 in. I know I don't have that many. And these are going to weigh 2 to 3 pounds. All right, so let me show you. Hey, Mr. Wendell, thanks for coming in. So let me just show you the 10 that we have in this one. So here's January 1980. As mentioned, the 1980 ones and late 70 ones have the address label on the front. So hopefully you can steam those off, or use, I guess maybe not steam, but like a little heat iron or a hair dryer. Here's another Christmas issue from January of 81. With Santa Claus on the front. And I'm just going to show the covers. There's not much of note inside the show. Oh, there's another January of 75, so another Christmas issue. As you can see, the 70 ones don't have the label on the front, but rather on the back. So there's 3. Here's November of 73. There's the back of that one. That one has no address label at all. Then we have this one from July of 78 with the dinosaur on it. And then there's the back where you could order some posters. And then this one is June of 76. There's the back of that one. And then here's October of 78. So as you get later into the 70s, they started putting the address label there. Here is July of 76. There's the back of that one. And then here is August of 76. Got this spaceman looks to be on the moon, maybe. There's the back of that one. And then finally, July of 85. And there's the cover. And then the book back's like an advertisement for a science fiction book club. So we'll go ahead and run those 10. Start auction. We'll leave it at 15 seconds. And here we go. Hey, Alexis Ray. Hey, Laurie, 2197. Just running some lots of 10 magazines. They're all science fiction magazines. All right. Thank you, Greeds. Stick that with your other ones. Let me just pull the next 10 out. Looks like we'll probably end up with about 3 more lots of these, maybe. So here's number 1, December of 84. It's got this dinosaur on the front. Book club advertisement. Whoops. That one went with your stuff too. Number 2 is going to be from June of 84. Here's number 3 from May of 83. That's 3 of them. I'll make the next 5 ones that are a little older. So here's number 4. Here's number 5. There's the back of that one. Hey, Vintage Memories, thanks for coming in. And then here's number 6. And that one was from June of 80. So let me pull 4 more here. All right, this one is from July of 74. It's got like a rat. I think that's a rat with a knife on the cover of that one. And then this one's from August of 74. And then this one is from March of 75. Looks like maybe Jupiter or something back there. Or maybe Mars. I guess it's a red planet, but got that one. And then finally, June of 75. Got like this girl here, it looks like. Hey, Vintage Goods by Ruta. We are running lots of 10 science fiction magazines starting at $10. And we'll go ahead and get this one started. So that one is running. Thank you, Greeds Deeds. Getting all 10 of these. See if I can make it through. All right, and these should ship out tomorrow. It's too late to get them to the post office today, but I will get them all out to you tomorrow. Let's see how many I got left here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, so here's the next 10. This one is from January of 78. It's like a snowman almost. A little green creature making a snow alien. And here's April of 79. It's like Saturn there with the rings. Then this one's got a cat on the front. Unfortunately, this one was postage due, so they stuck labels all over it. I wonder how much they owed. They owed 22 cents, I guess. Postage due 22. I'm guessing it's 22 cents, not $22. And these were all going to somebody named John Smith. So about as nondescript as you can get. July of 1980. Then this one is from August of 80. It's got more like a cartoon on the front. There's the back. Here is September of 78. Looks like a diver of some sort, maybe. They're all in decent condition. I mean, other than the dress labels, there's a little bit of wear to the covers, maybe, but overall in pretty good shape. So they've been in a box in my garage for at least 4 years. So they were behind a bunch of other ephemera that I was going through for Paper Palooza this weekend. April 81 is that one. And then finally, this one is June of 81. So it's those 10. Hey Vintage, well, I think I said hey to you. Hey Vintage Goods by Ruda. All right, let's go ahead and start that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so no interest in that one. So let's pull out the next 10 here. So this one is from July of 75. Got that. This one's a cool cover here. You've August of 75. It's like the man on the moon there. And here's February of 84. Okay. Tell you what, I'll finish showing those. And let me go ahead and pick up this 10 here. I'm going to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so here's the 10 that you said to run again. So we'll go ahead and run that. And that's running. Oh, MidCon came in for a bid. Thank you so much. Hey, QTK. Thanks for coming in. We're just running, won't be on too much longer because we don't have many more lots, but cleaned out my garage today, found all these science fiction magazines, so decided to do a quick pop-up. So let's see, next 10 here. So February of 84. That one's kind of cool. Hey, just sold something somewhere. There's a man on the moon. There's that one with, I guess it's a female, with their eyes shining down to the half a world here with the pyramid there. And then Born of the Winds. It's like a winter god of some sort. So that's 4. Here's one with the Statue of Liberty on the front. 5, and that one is September of 84. This one is March of 79. Got the lady in green there. Let's see, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I need 4 more. This one is February of 79. Hey, Shaw Slater 96. Thanks for stopping by. This one's, I'll throw this one in, but not count it because it's got a missing cover. Look at all the postage due stamps on the back here on this one. So we won't count that one. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 3 more. And this one is September of 80. Then this one is October of 80. So there are a few of the newer ones that don't have address labels on them. And then here's August of 79. This one does have a little wear on the cover. So we'll count the 2 with wear as 1. And so there's 11 in that lot. Let me just make sure I counted right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yep. So these 11, and here we go. That is running. Thank you, Greeds. Hey, Ari Bongi, Tara Brienne, thank you for coming in. We're actually getting ready to finish up. Is anybody interested in stereo view cards? I've got a ton of those too. If there's any interest in those, I can show a few. I bought like out in the state, and there were literally thousands of stereo view cards. I don't have that many in my office right now, but I do have a few. I've also got some like gossip magazines from the 50s and 60s that I had pulled out for something. So let's see, this may be the last one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, so this last one's just going to be a lot of 9. So I am going to. All right, yeah, we'll look at them and see what's in there. Um, I've pulled out a few, I think, but let me see what I got left over here. So this last lot's only going to be 9 of them. So just so you know that. So this one is from November of 76. Oh, this one's cool. It's from December of 76. It's got like the Viking, devil-looking Viking person. And then this one is from May of 81. Of course, once again, they must have moved because they slapped the change of address label right in the middle there. Hopefully with a hair dryer, you might can get those off. Then here's one from March of 85. Just getting ready to graduate high school in March of 85. And then here's September of 79. Like the cloud people, you have an elephant there, it looks like. And then this one is September of 75. This one's a cool cover. And then February of 80. In March of 80. Oh, who is that? Wasn't there a movie with this dude here in it? Like that cowboy with the metal face. He looks familiar. Does that ring a bell with anybody? And then finally, here's the last one of these, June of 79. And this will be the last of the science fiction magazines. Thank you so much, Greeds Deeds, for helping me find these a new home. So, all right, we're going to get these started. There is only 9 in this lot, so here we go. We'll have them in the picture, so your video receipt will show that. And then I'll show you some of these like gossip magazines and give you the story of me finding them. Tell you what, let me put those down there. All right, so all those back here. There's your whole stack of science fiction books. So those will all be coming out to you tomorrow, Greeds Deeds. Thank you so much. All right, let me see if I can pull these here. Before I do that, is this not the coolest bowling bag? How would you like to show it to the bowling alley with this thing? It's like completely hand-tooled leather. It's got this phoenix or eagle or whatever is on one side, and then a Mayan calendar on the other. You would be the envy of your bowling league if you show up with that. It's in actually really good shape. I was just going to get some leather conditioner so it softens it up a little bit. Still smells a little musty too. It had the bowling ball and the shoes in there. So anyway, I thought that was really, really cool. All right, so let's just see what all we have in these. I have no idea. I took a lot of these to my antique booth already. So the ones that are left, I'm not sure. Looks like no, there's ones with covers on it still. So I thought this one was cool. So it's not in the best condition. As you can see, somebody's written on it. But the cool thing with this one was it's got a pull-out poster of Elvis. And it's actually still in there. So you got Elvis in his army uniform. And that's from, let's see what year this is from. October of 1956. Oh, 58. October 1958 is when that's from. Not sure. Oh, Kim Novak's on the cover. What she was in was it like North by the Birds or North by Northwest, or wasn't she in one of the Alfred Hitchcock movies? Somebody help me out there. I think that's what she was in. Then you have like some cool ads in there. Color Glow, now even humdrum hair can seethe with excitement. Let's see what other things we have in here. We got Hope Lang or Lange. Yeah, Kim Novak. So anyway, you got that one. Here's one with Elizabeth Taylor on the cover. As Cleopatra. And that one's in actually really good condition. Let's see if it's got a year on it. That one is from, says the Cleopatra Miracle. Yeah, I guess this was just put out just to correspond with the movie, because the whole name of the movie magazine's the Cleopatra Miracle, and it's just got scenes from the movie. Let's see what this was. Yeah, so and then somebody put a newspaper clipping of some sort in there too. So you got that one. Here's one that's called Motion Picture Magazine. There's the ad on the back. So I don't know. Let me know if you're interested in any of these. They're all from the 50s and 60s, I think. Here's Man of the Year, Rock Hudson. Marlon Brando. Marilyn Monroe here. Ava Gardner, maybe. Debbie Reynolds and Eddie, who was it? Eddie Fisher, I think it was. 1956 on that one. There's Jane Mansfield. Yeah, so then it had a bunch of like cutout pocket pinup people there. Here's another one of those magazines with your Chesterfield ad on the back. Hey, the Sourcing Goddess, Mary One. We were actually doing science fiction magazines, and then somebody asked if they could see these gossip magazines as well from the 50s and 60s. So just showing a few of those. Yeah, for anybody just coming in, I'm Stuart with Franklin Hill Ventures. Typically run over here in the ephemera category when I do shows. I don't do near as many shows as I used to and whatnot. I've really been focused more on like my other platforms, which is buy it now type things, and then also my antique booths. I have 3 antique booths here in the Knoxville area, so I've been spending more time on that. But I am doing Paper Palooza this weekend. I'll be on at 11 o'clock Eastern time, I think it is. Is it 11? I believe that's right. And I have a lot of great things already in the catalog, so make sure you check those out and bookmark my show. And if there's anything you like, go ahead and get your pre-bids in too. So here's Sandra D on the cover of this one. I did find, it wasn't in this batch of magazines, it's been about a month ago now, I actually found the first Life magazine cover of Marilyn Monroe, and it was like in a whole huge stack of Life magazines, and that one happened to be in there. I think I ended up selling that one for like $350 on another platform, so that was one of my better finds here recently. But yeah, I like all these old magazines like this. Here's this Movie Stars Close-Ups magazine. I don't know who all's in these. There's no telling. It's got like ads for old movies and stuff though in there as well. Steve McQueen, Yul Brynner, Troy Donahue. Yeah, Troy Donahue. That one doesn't have a cover. Here's a movie mirror. The new rumors about Liz Taylor, Vince Edwards, how Vince Edwards and Dick Chamberlain make love. A girl who dated both tells all. Connie Stevens. I guess these were all the big stars of the day. I was born in '67, so just a little bit after this. Um, yeah, there's still. There's Ed Sullivan, Marion Marlowe, Eddie Fisher, Eve Arden, Art Linkletter, George Goebel. I remember him from the Hollywood Squares. And of course, the cigarette ad on the back. I Call Her Elizabeth by Rock Hudson. And then there's Elizabeth Taylor. Somebody did write on the front of that one. Yeah, so just lots of pictures of people inside. Here's another Cleopatra one. So we've seen like 2 different Cleopatra themed magazines. Oh, this one's got a 1963 movie guide inside for Cleopatra. Oh, it's got other movies too. Let's see what all was out in this time frame. So you had Cleopatra, The Nutty Professor, Island of Love. Never heard of that one. Tammy and the Doctor, Lancelot and Guinevere, The Miracle of the White Stallions, The Birds. I've seen that. Tippi Hedren, so she was in The Birds. Suzanne Plachette was in The Birds. So anyway, that's a cool little magazine there. There's Elvis on the cover of that one, along with Hal and Candy March, I think it is. And who remembers Breck shampoo? I remember my mom always used Breck, I think. So, yeah, I mean, I've still got some more. Let me know. Do y'all want to see the rest of these? There's probably another 10 or 12 of them left. So just let me know if you want me to keep showing them. I know Mary Lynn was the one who asked for them. So let me know if you want to see the rest of them. Even if you don't want to, even if you're not interested in bidding on any of them, I'm more than happy to show them real quick. So actually, my wife just texted me, so she's leaving work, so that'll work out perfect. It takes her about 20 minutes to get home, so I definitely have time. Here's I Adopted Elvis. Then you have an African safari contest on the back. Yeah, these are cool. Oh, and I was going to tell you where I found these. So I went to this estate sale, I think it was 2 weekends ago now, and it was the craziest estate sale I've ever been to in my life. When I got there, the first thing they did was give you like a safety briefing because the house had so much stuff in it. I've never seen anything like it. So I went on Friday first and completely filled my car up. When we got there, they first said there's like 5 outbuildings that we haven't even looked in yet. So, but you're welcome to go in there and dig through stuff. Just be careful. You know, if you pull whole boxes out of these outbuildings, we'll give you a good deal. So I think I pulled 5 or 6 uh, boxes out of the outbuildings, and they were just full of all kind of cool stuff like old German steins and just a lot of other glassware stuff that I sell a lot of. So I got those, and then my wife and I, Amy, went back on Saturday, which was half price day, and like there was still a ton of stuff left, and we filled her car up on Saturday. But I found these, like I just looked in this door that was under a stairwell, and I saw like the corner of a back, like it kind of went back and then made a hard right turn, and I saw the corner of this box sticking out. So I crawled back there on my hands and knees and was able to pull it out, and it had all these magazines in it. So that was very, very cool. So about, I mean, it was like so dirty and dusty back there, though. The whole house was, but it was fun. So I love estate sales like that where you have to really dig. Um, but that's the same place. I mean, I bought like this one box that had 1,000 or more stereo view cards in it. And I normally don't like buy stereo view cards unless they have a viewer with them. But there was this, it wasn't a complete set, but there were probably 120 of them that were from the 1893 Columbian Exposition in St. Louis, I think it was. No, in Chicago. And so I thought those were cool. And then there were a lot of them in the original boxes and stuff like that. So I went ahead and bought all those as well. So anyway, there was that one. So anyway, that's how I got all these. So I did work for them. Then the other thing I found, like in another closet, kind of under a stairwell, was like a bunch of unopened, and I didn't end up buying these. I let somebody else take them, but they were like cases, like plastic bottle carriers. So do you remember the one? I think they were 1 liter glass bottles, and there were a bunch of like Dr. Pepper ones. They weren't plastic carriers. They were the paper carriers. So there were some tabs, there were some Dr. Peppers, there were Diet Cokes, and they were probably, I would guess, 80s, maybe late 70s. So here's another one without the cover. Here is how to kiss, or what it's like to kiss Pernell Roberts. Wasn't he the one in Bonanza, I think? So you got that one. I'm not sure who that is. Does anybody know who that might be? Oh, Elizabeth Taylor, duh. So yeah, we do have like some of these without covers, but then like inside it's got Marilyn Monroe, Gregory Peck. Here's a bobby pin curl treatment. I guess everything gets called bobby pins now, but I guess they were actually a brand name. And then I have a whole nother stack of all of them without that. The whole stack doesn't have covers, so I probably won't pull those out. So Apana toothpaste, never heard of it. The old ads in all these magazines are about as cool as anything. I know like junk journalers and stuff like old magazines for that reason. Just looking to see. Here's Hollywood's new look and sex. The gaming girls with the crazy cuts and the lean lines are giving the lush and lovely lasses a run for their honeys. So you got Elizabeth Taylor, Leslie Cannon, Jane Russell, Jean Peters, Ava Gardner, Debbie Reynolds. Yeah, there's another one without a cover. And then here's a photo play from 1948. That one's actually one of the older ones we've seen, with the camel out on the back. Let your T-zone tell you why. T for taste, T for throat. That's your proving ground for any cigarette. See if camels don't suit your T-zone to a T. So this is fabric designer Stephanie Cartwright agrees. In designing fabrics and choosing a cigarette, experience is the best teacher. So can you imagine smoking around all this fabric, how bad it would smell? Yeah. So it says more people are smoking Camels than ever before. Yeah, cigarette ads were something else. And then this one was Hollywood's best bathing suit figures in full color. Oh, that's cool. An ad for Disney's Melody Time. I have actually seen that before, but I've never seen an ad for it. Let's see what else is in here. My leap year specials. So here's all your guys here. So I guess they get equal time. We have the bathing suit lady somewhere in here. Yeah, here we go. First figures of Hollywood. Look at these bathing suits. Hey Ed, 1955. We're just actually having fun and going through these magazines. If you're interested in any, let me know. But really we're just looking through them, seeing what we see. We originally were selling science fiction magazines, so now we've moved to like gossip magazines or pinups or whatever you want to call them. There's Red Skeleton. That one is missing half the cover. Lawrence Welk, Donna Shore, Don McNeil, Gail Storm, Gary Moore. Isn't he is Gary Moore like the Happy Days guy? Laverne and Shirley. I wonder if that's him. Here's Pat Boone and his brother Nick Todd. I didn't know Nick Todd was Pat Boone's brother. I don't know who Nick Todd is. So anyway, I think that's all of those. Um, there were some Playboys in this lot too that were like shoved in the middle. They were all from the 60s. I've already got them set aside. I'm just going to take them to the local auction here in town because it's kind of a hassle to sell them anywhere else. So anyway, I guess here's a few more things I found that I was trying to get more information on. I think these are like on silk, maybe. And I did finally have somebody tell me that, like up here, it says this was the year of the, what was it? I don't think it was the goat, but he said that made it, whatever year of whatever animal it was, it made it either 1955 or 2015. And based on like how these look and also the things they were found with, I'm guessing 1955, but they appear to be like watercolor. Uh, either watercolor or woodblock. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure they're on fabric. Does anybody read Japanese or Asian characters? Can you translate that for me? Anyone? Anyone? Um, and then here was the other one of these. Those will most likely go to my booth. I sell a ton of artwork out of my booth. Yeah, and if you're ever in the Knoxville area, come see me at Beard and Antique Mall or West End Antiques, both of which are in West Knoxville. Or you can find me at Granny's Attic in Clinton, Tennessee. I also have booths there as well. All right. Well, I'll tell you what, my wife will be home here anytime. So thanks everybody for coming in and hanging out for the last, I don't know, hour or so. Appreciate you, Greeds Deeds, for the purchase on the science fiction magazines. Those will all be coming your way tomorrow. Hope to see everybody Saturday in the Paper Palooza show. I don't think I have a printout of the participants, but I'm pretty sure it starts at 10 o'clock or 9:45 on Saturday Eastern time, and then I'm on at 11. So hope to see you there. Check my store out. Give me a follow on um, whatnot if you could. I'd appreciate it. You can also find me at franklinhillventures.com, and everybody have a great day.